Hey everybody, this is Snark, and yes, it has been a while since I have done a video. I have been doing a lot of nothing and a little bit of a lot of things. So, one of the things that I have been doing is playing Minecraft. Just started, I just putting my tiny feet in there, but I've been having a lot of fun with it. So I wanted to share because I've been slowly, very slowly, working on a build, and I wanted to show it to you, but in order to really appreciate what it is that I'm trying to do, you kind of have to know how the game works. So what you're seeing is a character that I made, and I quote-unquote cheated because I started with a box that gave me the basics. It gave very basic. It gave me some food. It gave me stuff to make it through the first night without hopefully dying. So let's see how I do. So I dug a little hole, and then from that hole I was safe somewhat for the night. And you can take the blocks that you dig up, and they're in your, I would say, inventory backpack kind of thing. But one of the things is that at night zombies come out, and you need to, but if you sleep when it's dark out, then in a safe place, or actually I think you can sleep anywhere. You can sleep out in the open, and then the zombies will be burned when the sun comes up, is really what it amounts to. So in the other game that I had started, in order to make a bed you need sheep, and you need 3 of them, and you need to kill 3 sheep because, well, you need the wool. And right at the beginning you don't have a clippers in order to shear them. So I was bound and determined, and I landed here in a, it's got everything. It's got horses, it's got cows, chickens, pigs, and it had sheep. Now, whether I killed all the sheep that were here or not, I don't know. I just killed the 3 that I needed for my bed, because it's really, when you're stuck in a hole in the ground, it's really boring. So, and I didn't have any of the tools, weapons, armor to be able to be out at night. I would have just kept dying. And in this game, when you die, you lose your stuff, and you have to go all the way back. You respawn where you, not where you died, you respawn where your bed is, or when you first start the game, you respawn where you first came into the game. So, and I know it's dark, it's hard to see at this point, but that's what I was working with too. It's not a lot lighter when you're playing it, but night was coming, and I didn't want to deal with it. I just wanted to make sure I was safe for one night. The one nice thing is that they also gave me a torch. So I get lost in the real world very easily. This world, I totally get lost in. So that torch saved me a whole bunch of times from being able to find my way back to the little hole in the ground that I made. So I was really happy about that. One of the other things is that if you have X amount of light in an area, it won't bring the zombies into that area. So, like if you eventually make a village, if you have it all lit up, they shouldn't come very often to the village, but there are raids and different things. I don't know that much about this game. It's 10 years old. There is a lot of people that know a lot more about it, but like I said, I'm building, I have some pictures of a build that I'm doing, and it's kind of become a very large undertaking, I guess. And the more I work on it, the more it's like, oh, I could do this and I could do this, but I need this. And you have to farm for everything. So all of your mats that you need for armor, for making better pickaxes, for making swords, you have to mine for it, which is why it's called Minecraft, because then you craft the items with all the different things, and you upgrade as you go along. Well, one of the things that I did not find when I was digging down the hole, which I was hoping to find, was charcoal, because charcoal, I could have burned the boxes, but I didn't want to waste my wood. And from wood, you can't make the torches either. So twice I went down in this dark hole, and I only brought the bare minimum, because if I ran into something, I really didn't have anything to keep me alive. So I blocked it up. I had a bed. I could sleep through the night. I found stuff to make some tools and upgrade them the first night, and then I went to sleep. So the next morning I started all over again, because I'm like, well, I've got to be able to find some charcoal. I mean, in the other game, that was like the only thing I could find was charcoal. So I went back down the hole in the dark again, and what I found out later on was that I had walked right over where the charcoal was. Because it was so dark, I couldn't see the variation in the blocks. And like tin, or yeah, I think it's tin, has like little gold flecks and stuff like that. So each block that's special has not this green cast to it. I'm not really sure why it's showing up green. But then I found this cave, and this was the gold fleck stuff was something that I really wanted, but in order to use it, you have to smelt it down, which meant I needed to go find coal. And when I was out the first time looking for sheep, there was a big hole in the ground. And there I was trying to get my bearings, because swear to God, I get so lost. I knew there was a hole in the ground because I had walked by it, and sure enough, right at the top, if I would have stopped that first day, but I was in a hurry because I wanted to find the sheep, there was charcoal right there. So I ended up getting it, and then after that I have light, and it was just, it was very humorous to me because of being in a hurry. And this video is at twice the normal speed. I actually do not mind this fast, not with that pickaxe. Each upgrade that you do with the different material, you do mine faster, but I don't mine, like I said, it's twice the speed. So I got as much charcoal as I could see at that point, because I really I really was like, it was just funny. And then I went back in order to make the better tools, And in order to make, see, I even got lost. I saw the thing and I was like, am I in the right place? Is this really the right place? So that was actually really funny. And one of the things that you'll see, and I cut out a lot of it, believe me, is that when you go out, if you think you're going to die, you don't want to take your stuff with you because, number one, you're going to be fighting things and your bag is going to get filled up and you don't want to run out of room that way. And the other thing is that if you die and you have all your good stuff, you're going to lose it all if you can't find where you died. So here you can eat raw meat and food, but it's better if it's cooked. And my food wasn't going down because it was only my first couple days, so I was pretty lucky. And so I cooked that up first, and then I made a whole bunch of torches to go, because I needed to go back down deeper into the mine to find, well, better materials, really is what it amounted to. So this game, when I started it, I was a lot more organized because I had started like 3 games. One, I kept getting lost, but then I would get lost in the same place, but then where I would get lost, I couldn't find, I didn't have what I needed because it was in the other place. And then if I would die, I'd respawn at the other place, but then I couldn't find where I died at the other place. I was just like, okay, we're deleting this game, and yeah. So this is what I say. I get lost. I get lost. If I ever tell you to turn right, turn left. It's just the way it is. So here I lit the space up, and this I knew was going to be temporary because one of the things too was in a mine, in the other game that I'm playing, in the mine, it kind of became attached to my house purely by accident. And I didn't do this specific thing. I was making the house a little bigger, and I hit a cave, and then that cave was huge. But the problem with that is that you can't sleep when monsters are really close. So there was nights where I couldn't go to sleep until I would go out and kill them. But if there's like 4 or 5 of them, I didn't have the tools or the weapons to take care of that. So that was really a pain. And another thing was that the way I built it, it wasn't very big, and it wasn't really expandable either. So in that one, I wanted to build another house and then keep the mine and the entrance to that close but separate, if that makes sense. So they're close enough that I can walk to it. It's not that far, but it's far enough away that they're not coming into my house, and it shouldn't matter where it is. What I do like about this game, and it's a lot trickier than this lets on, is putting up the blocks to cover things. In that, the more you do it, the easier it gets. But I haven't played a game where I've had to kill anything in years now, and I haven't played a game where I'm walking around with my fingers on the WASD keys and that type of thing. So it's taken me a while to get used to that again. So, which was really funny because I wasn't expecting that. I mean, it just used to be second nature, and now I was like, oh, my hands didn't know the keyboard anymore. So that's been a really big learning curve again, and I'm getting better at it. I'm getting used to it. See, now there you can see that coppery stuff is the next level that I need for my pickaxe. And actually I'm using a stone pickaxe there because it's so much slower, even in 2 times the speed. So you do a lot of mining. The best pickaxe you can get is a diamond one, and then there's enchantments and stuff you can put on it. I don't know anything about that. I've seen it on videos. But I've been having a lot of fun with it. Again, I don't play a whole lot. I know it might seem like it, but I really don't. I play maybe an hour and a half a day, and that's really about it. This was a little longer because I wanted to show progression. And what I was doing here, I wanted to make it so that none of the monsters, zombies, could come behind me. So I've learned to close off paths that they could come out of, or so it's just one way. Again, it helps me not get lost. Now see here, I went right, this is a stair, and there was a ton of coal here, and I because it was dark, I didn't have any coal to make the torches. I didn't see it, so I gobbled that up. And this, like I said, this area that I ended up being spawned in was just unbelievable, and that's me eating. And it's funny too because I don't play first person games very well. I get motion sickness, and this one, for whatever reason, and maybe it's the graphics because they're not realistic, I do have a shader on here that I will put the title across here and also link it down below, that makes the world, the water look prettier, and the world just look a little less pixelated. And there I am. I have I have armored boots and pants, and then my pink hair, which I find cute. So this is getting to the end of the video. What I wanted to do was clear an area out that was out in the open and make the foundation for a house, because really the house, a base for the house, is the most important thing, because you're going to do all your crafting in there, you're going to keep your stuff in there, and it's also fun. I like to build. In Sims, I like to build, and this is no different, other than it is very different because building in 3D like this, I find myself having to like step away, like a far distance away, and take screenshots, and then look at the screenshots to see how if it's centered or not centered, or what's off and what's not. So it's been a really neat learning curve, and it's been fun learning how to build that way too. So I just got the end done, and that was about it. And then I think and that chicken was a stitch, and I went back and just cleaned up and my bags, and I think this is the end, and then I went to bed. So, and I found some more coal. Oh, I started some bricks, some better bricks, for the foundation, for the real foundation for the house that I want to build. And yeah, so that's a little bit about what I've been doing, and the next post I will show you the progress on the house that I'm making. So thanks a lot. Bye.